Everyone, welcome back to 5-Day Crypto. My name is Chase. Today we're going to look at Chainlink. We're going to look at Link on the Gaussian channel. We're going to look at Link on the daily, the weekly. We're going to look at a whole bunch of stuff. So if you like the video today, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you feel like it. And let's get right to it, because that's what we do. So Link on the Gaussian channel on the weekly. Look at where we're at. We at breaking above the last resistance line for the Gaussian on the weekly chart. Big deal? Well, historically, yes. Let's look at what history has told us. Right here. Look at when we come out of it. Historically, we only have 2 data points, but historically, it's been a great sign. On the weekly chart, when you come out of the Gaussian channel, have we gone right back into it? No, at least the only 2 times we have, right? Going back in history, we entered it here. As soon as we came out of it, that was it. We want to have 2 weekly candles close out of it, because look right here, we peaked above it, 1 weekly candle close. The very next week, if I could just remove these for you so you can see better, look at how we just came right back in after 1 week up, 1 week right back in, just momentarily, right, for the next month or so, and then we came out of it for sure. But one weekly candle, 2 weekly candles explode, 1 weekly candle, 2 weekly candles slow simmer and then explode. Okay, so that's what we want to look for now on the weekly chart. Now, I prefer you, if you're going to use the Gaussian channel, the 5-day is the best. But I just wanted to show you this because that is a good sign so far. Now, on the bull market support band, which is simply our 21-day EMA, 21-week exponential moving average in the yellow, our 20-week simple moving average in the red. You can see short term, it's kind of holding resistance. 2740 is the number right now. If we could somehow manage to break above this and close above that 20 week at 2740 this Sunday, which is 1 day, 8 hours from now, as you can see right here. 1 day, 8 hours from now, tomorrow, if we close above 2740, fantastic sign. So let's go look at it on the 5-day on the Gaussian channel and see what else we can show them. Show the people we have support on our median line so far, 2 consecutive candles. Will we come back and test it? Well, if we do, we want to hold that median line 23.55 right now. That should remain probably about the same for the next day and a half. But remember, on the 5-day, it changes a little bit. It's not a weekly or daily candle. So we still have 4.5 days before this candle closes. Now, by the time that happens, we could go all the way up to the top here or go all the way back down to the median line. So watch for each of these levels. The top is 32.50. That will probably increase slightly over the coming weeks, right? You can see the trajectory probably aiming up. Now, if prices come back down, this will start leveling off more. If we start going down on a channel on the Gaussian, it turns red. That's what you don't want. It's not necessarily bad. It just means you're probably going to be stuck in this Gaussian for a longer period of time. Generally kind of crab market kind of thing, up and down in this channel. If we turn red, if we don't want to turn red, we got to see prices continue to the upside. So the top side, what you want to watch, 32.50. If we break outside of that, excellent sign. The bottom side, if we come back down, 23.55. We want to hold that as support, as we've done the previous 2 candles after testing the bottom of our channel, which, as I've stated many times, if you follow us, anytime you're at the bottom of a 5-day Gaussian channel or slightly below it, usually the buying opportunity for the foreseeable future of a lifetime, perhaps. As you can see, going back previous, anytime we've been below, you can go look at Bitcoin or Ethereum. Anytime the Gaussian channel 5-day is at or near the bottom or even slightly below it, it's been historically the best time to buy that coin. All right, what else do we got? How about the daily? What if we go down to the daily? Well, look where we're at. We've been red. And because why? We came down, right? We're turning bearish. We got way low in here. But this is why I want you to use the 5-day and not the 1-day, because the 1-day can have a little bit more fake outs than the 5-day. The 5-day is key. 5-day or higher. The weekly and the monthlies are good as well, but 5-day tends to be, in my opinion, the best for more concrete evidence. Now, on the daily, we can look for that to use it just to kind of get maybe a jump start on what could be coming. So over the next few days, I would anticipate, unless prices come back down quickly, if we start, trajectoring. I just made up a new word. That's a new word. New word of the day, trajectoring. Progressing. How about that? Progressing upwards, and we continue to trend up. This channel is highly likely to turn back green. That's what you want to see. You want your price action on top of the channel. You want your channel to turn back green, and then usually a bigger move is coming. Let's go back and look. Historically, when we've had price action above our channel, we've turned back green, a bigger move. Now, yeah, this was closer to a fake out, and we had the pandemic drop, the December capitulation. Not the pandemic drop. That was not then. It was back here. But let's this is why the 1 day can be helpful, but not useful for trading so much. And you don't want to ever use one indicator for trading. You want to use a multiple of indicators, 3, 4, 5, whatever you got. If they're all saying the same thing, then that's a good sign that the price action is going to go that direction if they're all in agreement. So we went back to red here, price action on top, flip back to green, and you're good to go. But 5 days is what I want you to focus on. So if we focus now, this only proves my point more, right? Now we only have one data point because links only turn red once, right back here. But when we are in the red, we flip back green. You want to wait till your price actions, it's not just the one color flipping back. That's not what you want to look for. You want your color to turn back to green, and then also your price action on top. And then, not immediately, but usually in the not so distant future, you're going to get your moves. So we're not red yet. This is on the 5 day, but you can see us tapering off here. Now we're okay as long as we stay around this, $20, $23 level. If we can stay around this and not come back down, if we come back down, this will likely turn red. We'll just be in a prolonged kind of a crab market, probably for the next 3 to 6 months. And, boring stuff. What we want to see is us stay green, right? You can still make moves if you stay green. We want to see this continue to hold or test this top line and break outside of it. That's what we'd want to see. And then we can make our bigger moves. All right, so enough of the Gaussian. Let's look at just some moving averages and see what we got. Well, I like to look at the weekly and the daily on moving averages. So for the week, as we just looked at, we're above our 21-week EMA. If we want to look at the 20-week SMA, we're still holding resistance. We need to get above that. Bitcoin is currently above its 20-week SMA, which is a great sign. If Bitcoin can just get above that and hold that 20-week and not do a whole lot, that's when alts can really run. Now, when Bitcoin retests the 20-week, if it holds, alts can still explode. It's when Bitcoin is doing, moves like these and making 10% moves, 20% moves in a week or more, that's when alts tend to struggle. And how do we know when Bitcoin's going to do that is, well, you can look at the Bitcoin dominance. You can see over here on the right, it's right now at 45. I would highly suspect if you see Bitcoin dominance rising to above 50, then get ready for Bitcoin to maybe take off. That's just a subtle hint for you. We'll keep track of that if anything happens, and we'll update you. But Bitcoin dominance above 50, things could be starting to heat up. So for Link right now, we got to break above that 20-week. We on the daily chart, not quite as helpful, but we're holding that above that 200 since we broke above it. So that's a great sign as well. You want to see these moving averages continue to cross up to the upside. This is our 21, 50, 100, and 200. You got to get these in order. Again, like I always say, you want to have your moving averages sorted least to greatest, like back here. And then once you do that, then you're paving the railways to bigger moves. Until we can sort these out, Link is kind of handcuffed, right? Once King Kong and Godzilla and all of the spectacular creatures in said movies lay the foundation and break the bars and separate, you want to have, I don't know where I'm going with this, but you want to have the separation least to greatest. Any kind of moves with Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever your favorite coin is, anytime they've made substantial moves, I guarantee their moving averages have been sorted out least to greatest like this. until we're doing that. Now we're close. Look at this. Last time we did this, let's go back and look. It was the pandemic drop. Look how similar these moves are, right? We sorted out, come back under. The last time we were, our 21 was under our 200, which is kind of bad news, right? Look at what happens next. Look at the similarities in the trajectories of this yellow line. Just look at the yellow line. Look at the about face 90-degree angle turn here. Pretty amazing. So once we get up here, we want to hold, we continue to hold that 21 day. Now the 21 day isn't as strong as your 21 week moving average, but it's a sign that of strength. When you're holding your 21 day EMA as support, that is a good sign that your coin is very strong, and you can use that on any coin, not just Link. But once we start holding that, so if we come back up here and zoom in, as we continue to move up, this will continue to move up with it, right? So if prices continue to rise, this could continue to rise. Now, depending on when Link tries to come back down here and test this, right? The faster it does that, the more this will taper off, and the slower it will rise. So if we start coming back down now today, then this would be certainly off of the cards, and we would probably be more something like this, right? And come back down and test that. When we do that, we'd like to get a bounce. That would be fantastic. Same way with the weekly chart on Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever your favorite coin is. When we come back down, we want to hold the 21 EMA as support. When you do that, that's a sign of pure bullishness, and you're going to more than likely continue to bounce up the stairs, and you have a greater potential. The longer you hold that 21 week EMA, the more potential you have for these bigger boom moves. And that's what we've been waiting for Link. We've had a hell of a time the past few months with Link coming back down, but we held nice support on the 100-week moving average. We've traversed all these, the 50-week now, we've broken right through that. Initially, we held resistance on the 21 EMA for 1 week. Well, 1 week, 2 week, bust through this week. We'll see where this closes. We got to remember that we're still at resistance. We want to see this bust through that. We don't want to hold this resistance, because then we can, come back down, right? We don't want to do that. If we were to come back up like Bitcoin's doing, Bitcoin's about 5-10% above its 20 week right now. So we'd like to see this happen, and a little bit of a move for the next couple weeks up the stairs. Then these moving averages will slowly creep up like this. And then once we test these, we want to see a bounce. And then we can really get some moves going, maybe back to all-time highs. Certainly if Bitcoin is going to, be at 100K by the end of the year, well, it's right here. Let me mark it for you if you can't see. The end of the year is right here, roughly. Nice straight line. So if Bitcoin is going to hit 100K in the next 5-6 months, we got to get moving. We don't have time to delay a whole lot here. So if Bitcoin does that, then hopefully Link would kind of be slowly dragged up. Then as Bitcoin kind of chills out and does something like this, if out of Bitcoin, that's when Link makes these big moves. You can go look at any time Link's making these big moves, Bitcoin's above its 20 week and it's just kind of chilling out, going sideways. And then Link can take off with it. And hopefully if Bitcoin is at 100K this year, or whenever Bitcoin does 100K, right? I would expect Link not only at its all-time high, but much higher than that. I think Link could easily hit 120 levels up to 200. I'd be hard pressed to see Link much above 200 level, at least this year. I mean, if it takes longer, then sure. But if Bitcoin does 100K something, I would expect Link somewhere between 125, 150. Conservatively, we could hit 200 this year, but it's all going to depend on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's 100K in January, yeah, I would expect Link at least close to 100, if not 150. So that's my prediction. Look at my Picasso. Look at my eyes, my arms. I'll leave you with that. Happy Saturday. I didn't do much yesterday. I had a lot of kids stuff going on, a lot of family stuff. So kids are going back to school next week. So I should be on a more regular schedule starting next week. But I just want to make you something for Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Link Day. We're still holding strong, $27 range. But remember that we want to see that tonight on a weekly scale. Get above. Let's at least hold right here, right? Let's hold this 20-week area. Maybe next week it can punch through it and get back up in this area. But we are in extreme greed now on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. We just made a new high at 76. If we come back down, because we've made a new high, we now have a higher low. So 65 over, tomorrow, tonight. Watch this on the weekly. We're in extreme greed now, but as you can see, we can hold extreme greed for a long time, but we just want to look at market structure on this. Past 3 months, 38 has been our low. We've made our support resistance band back in here, going back for about a year. That 38 level has been a key low. We've come back up now. We made a new higher low, another higher low, 65. If we come back down, we want to hold 65. If you see us at 64 tonight or tomorrow, before I can update Monday, that's a sign that we could be reversing, at least for the short term. However, if we keep making higher lows and higher highs, then hey, the sky's the limit. Until we see anything to signal a trend reversal, we're probably going up. So I'll leave you with that. Happy Saturday. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you learned anything. Let me know if you didn't learn anything. What else do you want to see in these videos? Do you want some more whatever? Let me know. I'll see you on the next one. Happy weekend to everyone.